Hey guys, so it is our 19th anniversary and we're getting ready to go out, but before we go out, I need to put together this loaf. So we're gonna chat a little bit while we put together this loaf. Honey!
Yes.
Can you believe it's been 19 years?
I honestly can't believe it.
Oh, come talk to me.
All right, what are you
Well,
putting?
here, do this.
What are you putting on?
Tie this for me. No, not so high.
That's right. I don't want that high. I want to keep it nice and low.
Ow, my hair.
It's all right.
Do you remember when we
Looks
first met?
good, but you've got stuff underneath it. That's supposed to be worn
By itself.
by itself. Yes.
You're right.
That's the whole idea.
I'm fucking this whole thing up.
Well, I was hoping to fuck something else up.
Do you remember when we first met?
I do. What kind of cheese is this?
It's cheddar.
It's good.
You want to shred it while we're talking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sit right there and shred. Do it.
I'm a shredder.
I like it better when you boss me around in the bedroom.
I need my guitar to shred though.
True. You want to do that instead? You can shred the cheese or you can shred your guitar
That
while we talk.
works.
Either way, it works.
So what did you ask me?
I said, do you remember when we first met?
Of course I do.
What do you remember about it?
What do I remember about it? Well, first time I saw you, or first time we met. First time I saw you, I remember.
Yeah. What was? Tell me.
Yeah,
I
was
wanted to
that-
see if we have the same memory.
Well, the first time I saw you was you were at one of the festivals
Yep.
that we played at in Chicago.
Do you remember which one?
Was it Market Days or Retro on Roscoe?
It was one of those two. I actually I don't remember which one it was. Because the first two times I met you was when you were playing gigs, and one of them was Retro on Roscoe, and one of them was Market Days.
I think it was. You know what?
I think it was Market Days.
Could have been. Was it a bit that was
because there were a bunch of.
That's a bigger fest, or used to be.
Yeah.
It probably still is a bigger fest.
Because there were a bunch of guys and girls and transgender people in buttless chaps.
That would be Market Days.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember I brought my kids. My kids at the time were...
They're like 5 and 7. They were super young.
Yeah. Or 4 and 6 or something
4 and
like
6,
that. Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember I brought them to this festival, and I brought them purposefully to see Prescott play because... So here's how it all started. So my daughter was in kindergarten, and she had met this girl who was tall, like her. My daughter was always like the tallest person. And then this other girl was tall, but she also had red hair, like really red hair, like my son. So my daughter decided on day one of kindergarten that this was going to be her new best friend. Because of course, like, she's tall and she has red hair. She's familiar, right? So they became best friends very quickly, and then I got to know their parents, and the husband of the dad of the parents was my current husband's
Wow.
was Prescott's guitar player in his band back in the day. So I was over at their house, and this guy was kind of like showing off that he was in a band, and so he was showing me all these videos.
He was not in the band at that point.
Right,
anymore.
he wasn't.
It'd been years since he'd been in the band.
Right, but he was like showing me all these old videos of you guys playing together, and he's like, "Oh, I bet I could call him right now, and I could play with him again. You want me to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, do it." So he did, and within a few weeks, Prescott had him come back in and like sit in with the band and play a gig. And that was this festival.
Yeah, that was it. He was supposed to play like a couple songs or whatever, but he came in and he knew like just about the whole set.
He did. So then he just literally just started playing with you all the time.
Because I had sent him, because we kept in contact, so I had sent him my demos of new songs and all that stuff that he wanted to hear. So he had a copy of all the demos and things, and recordings and whatever. So he figured them all out. And then...
So by the way, at this point, I was on the verge of getting separated in my marriage at that time. I had been married for like 7.5 years, and that marriage wasn't going very well, and I was about to be separated. It was like a weird time period, but this guy's wife ended up like becoming one of my closest friends at that time period. We were together a lot. Our daughters played together a lot, and we just hung out a lot. So I went to those gigs, both of those, Market Days and
Well, I remember.
Retro
That's how I remember
Wasco.
seeing you. I remember seeing you because the guy had told me, oh, you know, my hot neighbor is gonna come see us play. I was
And
like,
you were
cool.
married at the time.
I was married, yeah. So I'm like, oh, cool, you know.
Yeah.
And but then, and I saw, I remember it was daylight.
Cutting up jalapenos, by the way, while we're talking.
Some jalapenos.
Some jalapenos. Okay, go ahead.
But anyways, I knew it was you out there in the audience because I saw his wife, his current wife. I saw his wife out there, and I saw
His wife at the time, no
Yeah.
longer his current
I know.
wife.
Jeez, what is going on? And sometimes it takes a couple. Everybody, you know, can make one mistake, or two, or three. So until you get it right. So I saw her, and I saw you with her. So I figured that I figured.
What was I wearing?
You were
Do
the
you
hot
remember?
neighbor with your kids. Yep, you were wearing. I think I'm gonna say khaki shorts, a brown tank top, and a baseball cap.
I didn't remember the brown tank top, but I definitely was wearing khaki shorts and a baseball cap.
Yeah, basically I don't remember you at all.
And it's funny because I almost didn't go to that gig because I was literally on the verge of divorce, and it was a very stressful time period. And they're like, "We've got this gig, you should come." And I just wasn't feeling it that day at all. And literally, his wife stopped at my house, and she's like, "You're coming." And so I was like, "Okay, but look at me." So I put on a baseball cap.
Yep, I remember you.
Grabbed my children.
So I couldn't really see what you looked like, or I didn't have a good idea. That's why you left zero impression on me.
All right, so
in fact,
you remember what I was wearing. I remember what you were wearing.
You do.
I actually don't remember for sure which top you were wearing because the first 2 times that I saw you get kind of convoluted in my memory. So it's either the green and navy striped shirt or the red and white striped shirt, because those are the 2 things that you wore the first 2 times I saw you play.
One of them. I thought you were going to say I was wearing a Les Paul, but you're
You
right.
were wearing that. But what did you think when you saw me in the audience?
I saw you out there.
Not in a romantic
couldn't-
way, because
Well, yeah,
obviously that's not what this was all about.
No, but I remember. It's funny because I remember you talking to the kids. Because you know when you're standing at the microphone singing or whatever, you're scanning the audience, looking around, you can see stuff that's out there, and I could see. It sounds kind of funny, but I could see you talking to your kids, and the way that physically you were talking to the kids, because you weren't that close too.
To the stage?
To the stage.
I remember where I was. I was off to the side.
To my left.
Yep.
Yeah, stage left. But I remember noticing it. It caught my eye, and I remember thinking that it was really sweet. Even though I couldn't hear, and even though I wasn't anywhere near you, just thought I can see the way you were interacting with the kids, and it seemed like a really gentle, sweet way that you were smiling. I can see that. And so yeah, but then it's funny though, because then when we finished and we got our crap off stage and everything, you were gone. You disappeared, so I didn't even meet you. Because I remember came back and I can't say that.
I'll edit it out.
Edit that out. So I remember the wives came back, whatever, and either I asked or I asked, where you were or whatever, where the neighbor was. Where's the hot neighbor? And you were like, oh, she's gone. I'm like, what? So she obviously loved the music.
No, I had to leave.
And so that was it. And then the second time, I did meet you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I didn't get a chance to talk to you much, but I remember.
But what did you think?
Well, I mean, besides the obvious, I thought you were pretty damn stunning. But it's funny because looks good.
Look at this
Kinda
rise!
Look at that. Look at this.
Woo!
It's got a jiggle to it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I've read.
Oh,
Look at it.
that was impressive.
All right, what did you think? Tell me.
So I'm gonna say what I thought. It's kind of funny because it's what I see other people's reactions sometimes, which is I thought you were obviously beautiful, but like vivacious and open and warm and smiling and sweet and complimentary and all those things that in some ways are very off-putting. No, I'm kidding. No, but what I was gonna say was, in some ways, make a skeptic would say, I don't know, that's not real. She's a fake or whatever. And people, I didn't think you were, by the way, but I remember thinking, wow, like, is she always like this? Is she just? I had been in a relationship too where there were, unfortunately, I had known that I'd been being lied to, so I had my guard up a little bit and thought, oh, is she really like this? She can't be this nice. She can't be this pretty and this
I'm
nice.
not. And then you figured out
all
I'm
at the
not
same
that nice.
time. No. Well, but I was going to say was that a lot of people that we've met before now in the lifestyle, and even people that aren't in the lifestyle, just friends in general, some people are pretty skeptical about you in that they don't believe that you're as sweet and nice and not judgmental and caring as you really are. You're like the whole package. That's what I said before to you. That's why I knew I had to own you, and I had to put a ring on it. But people feel that way sometimes. And I remember recently we were we were at a lifestyle event, and somebody said this. I'm going to paraphrase that. At first, he decided. I don't know if I get this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but
do I know this story?
Yeah, basically said that he had made up his mind kind of that he wasn't going to like you because he figured you were just a stuck-up pretty girl.
Oh, who are you talking about?
And I don't know who this was who said this, but he got to know you and you changed his mind. And I remember thinking,
like that.
That's great, but also, come on. Like, because you're pretty and he just assumed you were just stuck up and you weren't going to be a very nice person. But you were, and he didn't trust that at first, thinking that well, she can't be this hot and this sweet and this nice, this excited about everything. And but you are. So it's not that I didn't trust that at first, but I remember thinking to myself, wow, like, really? Like, is this for real? Is she really like this? And yeah, that was my initial impression.
So I was 29 then.
You're just a child.
Was
29. You can't. Now you're giving it all away. You're a 19.
That's right. I was 19 then.
With your 5 and 7-year-old, or 4 and 6-year-old.
I was 29 then, and I was getting separated from my then husband of 7.5 years, and I was pretty determined that I wasn't gonna be dating again, because I was literally just like, if there's not fireworks, I'm trying to move this, sorry. I was like, if there are not fireworks, then why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. I don't need this. I don't need this stress. It just wasn't fun the first time around. I wasn't good at it the first time around, and
And I honestly would put no blame on you for that whatsoever.
however, I still I loved the idea of companionship, like friendship. I wasn't looking for any type of relationship at that point. I was literally just like, let me just surround myself with people that I love and respect and that are like fun and flirtatious. And Prescott was that. It was like literally, so when I first saw him, can I have some of that cheese?
Mm-hmm.
When I first saw him at one of his first gigs, okay, first of all, he wears his guitar really, really low, and he's like fast and like magical about the way he strums it. So I mean, I was into it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, all right, I can watch this anytime. But in terms of like dating, I didn't think there was any freaking potential for that. I just thought we were gonna be really great friends, and we were for a long time really great friends.
Yeah.
Which I have learned is kind of the perfect scenario for me, because I don't like this about myself, but I get super nervous when people come at me really hardcore, wanting intimacy right out of the gate. I don't want it. Shuts me down. I don't want it, and I am the same way in the lifestyle. I'm just warning you right now. I am exactly that same way in the lifestyle. So starting out with Prescott as just friends, where he's married, I am getting separated, and we're all just buddies. That was like the perfect scenario for me to later develop desire over time. However, I'm a fucking human being. So seeing him on stage, I was like, oh, this is the energy that I need to be around like all the time. I loved it. And literally, I think every single one of you should come see him play. Because you will feel the same way. And if you don't, then what's wrong with you? I'm pretty sure something's wrong with you. Anyway, moving on. So my first impressions were that, fuck, you were hot. I was like, okay, are we gonna be good friends? Because I'm in. I could never date again and just like watch this all the time and be so fucking happy that we're friends. So then over time we just became really good friends. Like we hung out a lot. It was not sexual at all. It was literally just like we were referred to by many as two peas in a pod. Because we just connected. And I honestly think like that is the recipe for connection for me that I have kind of discovered through my lifestyle journey. People expect that because I'm in the lifestyle, I must be like horny all the time and like wanting it all the time, and I'm not. I'm not. But if I have the opportunity to slowly develop desire, once I do that, I'm like full on in. But a lot of people aren't looking for that whole slow burn thing in the lifestyle. They're just not. They're looking for, you know, to just get laid. Anyway, off topic.
I would argue that, I mean, you described yourself. What you're saying is that you're not open to just quick sex with anybody. That you are horny. That you are super,
I am horny, but that doesn't
super
mean
sexual
that I wanna,
and everything else. But you're not. But you're not like just the mistake I think people make when the assumptions they make with people in the lifestyle is that they'll just fuck anybody, and they're just looking to fill a hole. Yeah. Literally and figuratively. Yeah. And it's not you.
No, but I love sex when we get to it. Like when the desire develops and I'm ready for it. Do I want to go this way? I think I'll go this way.
It's like you're making pizza.
Kinda, except even better.
It's good.
Okay. Anyway.
So you dug me.
I did. I dug you as a friend, and I literally think that foundation, the fact that we met when you were married to someone else, we were friends for a long time without any pressure of play. You were flirtatious with me all the time. You're a flirtatious person, and that wasn't an issue. Like in your relationship before, that wasn't an issue. You're a flirtatious person.
By the way, and we all were, the whole band.
All of us.
All the band. Everybody.
Literally, his entire band. Yeah. I was literally just like, I loved
like
being around them so much, because at the time when I met you, everyone in your band, from my perception, was very happily married. And I loved being around you guys because of that, because I was like, with the girls and with the guys, I could be flirtatious, I could be fun, and I didn't have any worries at all. So we were able to develop this really strong friendship. And one of the things that I remember just like felt so gratifying to me when we first met was, oh, I tore it already. Sorry. Was, I think it's too, okay, I'm just gonna keep moving. Just gonna keep it
A little
moving.
more, just put some, whatever this is.
Flour?
The word. Just put some flour on it. It'll make it not sticky, right?
Maybe.
As if I know anything about cooking.
Okay, look at that. I think it looks kind of good.
Does look
I
good.
think that looks pretty good.
Does look good.
Okay. I remember being at gigs, like your gigs, we would go to gigs a lot. You had gigs a ton back then, and we would go to gigs a lot. And I remember being at your gigs, and like at the time I was not looking to date. So I had this mindset that I needed to see fireworks. I was like, if there are no fireworks, I'm not dating. There's no need for it. So I'm like perfectly happy by myself. And so I would be at these gigs of Prescott's and just constantly being hit on. Like I bought a fake engagement ring just to prevent myself from being, oh no, there's a hole. Just to prevent myself from being hit on 24/7. So I got myself a fake engagement ring, and I remember one of the things that I really loved about you back then, even though we weren't a couple, we weren't even thinking that, neither of us, to my knowledge. We're thinking like in terms of ever dating, were you? I know you weren't. Neither of us were thinking about ever dating. But I remember there were so many times when like Prescott knew that I wasn't looking to date anyone. Why is this? Prescott knew that I wasn't looking to date anyone, so he would see like a guy come up and like hardcore try to hit on me. I would say no. He would continue to pursue. I would say no. He would continue to pursue. And the next thing I knew, Prescott would be behind me with his hand like on my back or on my waist, like not saying that he was with me at all, but kind of like taking ownership in a way that would make that guy kind of back off. And I was always like, yes, more of that, please. Sorry. Just saying, that's how I felt. But he's sweet like that. And still, he does that now with other women that aren't me. And I'm always like, oh, I know how that felt when he did it for me. And I'm so happy that he's doing that for someone else.
That's funny.
Anyway, that was one thing. That's one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think
there are a couple of situations in particular that happened.
Well, there were a ton of situations where you were getting hit on, that's for sure.
But there are a couple where you really like saved the day. Like one of them, I remember what outfit I was wearing.
What was it?
It was it was like, this was in the time period of where you wear super low cut jeans where your thong shows.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was a super low cut jeans, and it was like a magenta crossbody top that was low cut, and then it tied. Do you remember? It tied at the bottom, and then I had my black chunky shoes on.
Yep.
The reason I remember it is because Prescott came up behind me. This guy was like going hard at me, and I had said no multiple times. And then Prescott came up behind me and like slid his hand like right around where my skin was showing at my waist between my jeans and the magenta crossbody top. And he kind of just like pulled me into him and like said hello to the guy who was another musician. And I was like, I know he's saving me right now, but also, in a friend kind of way.
That's funny. Well, speaking of that kind of thing, one of the things I remember was, this was when it's funny how by the way, let me back up. It's funny how you said about the band that you loved, that we all were in these great relationships, what you thought, at least what you thought, when we met, and within what, I don't even know, 2 years, we were all divorced.
2 or 3 years, yeah.
All of us, every single one of us.
I met you when I was 29, and we ended up getting married when I was 26, and we started
36.
dating when I was 20. or 36, yeah. And we started dating when I was 35. So within 5 years, everyone in the band went from married to,
Yeah.
or like in a happy
Well, I was the
relationship.
last. I think I was the last one to get divorced, wasn't I?
I think you were.
So that was before. So it was probably less than 5 years. It's probably 3 years.
When other people started
When
getting
it all
separated,
started,
yeah,
like
yeah.
3 years, and then yeah. Anyways, but I remember you when my mine was ending. My relationship was ending. I remember just taking a picture with you, and it was at a gig, and you know one of the band guys we said, hey, let's take a picture, and it happened to be at this point just you and I. And I remember I was wearing a jacket, and I remember you the way you slipped your arm around me, and I remember like. I remember this well. I remember how well you fit against my body.
I know what picture you're talking about.
like you.
I feel like I do know what picture you're talking about.
I think you do.
I think it might have been a picture that I might be wrong, but I feel like it might have been a picture that I ran back in to take before the end of the night.
I think so.
Because I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get a picture.
Because we were like, this is so old that it was actually a camera, right?
Like a real camera, yeah.
We had to take pictures because we had to have a camera on hand in order to take a picture. It was a bigger deal than just taking
I could be
selfie
wrong.
with a, and I'm pretty sure it was.
I could be wrong about which time it was, but the thing that you said that made me think that I might be right is that you said that you felt like we fit comfortably together, and I remember a time early on. I can just picture it being I can picture the picture being snuggled into you and just feeling like, oh my gosh, this is like perfect.
It was weirdly, what is it? I hate to, it was like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
It really was. Like, I remember, you just, I put my arm around you, take the picture, and then but the difference was, though, this is what changed, is that you slid your arm underneath my coat, or jacket, whatever I was wearing. And
I know what if it's the same picture, you were wearing your red leather jacket.
We're dating ourselves again, because that's what that was popular. But yeah, so I remember you I can't say snuggling in, but you just got close.
I cozied in.
You cozied in, yeah. And it just, I remember just thinking like, wow, this is
Can I have the other bandage on basket?
Yeah, I'm like, this is like a perfect fit. And it is. It's been a perfect fit for over 19 years. Although we had a pretty short engagement.
Was that weird for you? Because at the time you were married, and you still noticed that.
Yeah, but I'm not. Again, I think you mentioned something like, yeah, you're human. I'm human.
Yeah.
You
noticed that we fit well, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You weren't thinking about like anything.
I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing all that kind of stuff, but. Yeah, I definitely, I noticed it. But I, honestly, at that point, I could say things were faltering, and things had, I don't know if they had ended or they were nearing the end. So the end was near.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and
I didn't feel guilt. I gotta say, I have no recollection. I think you can guilty at that point.
You can have thoughts that things are a good fit, and it doesn't mean like you're pursuing something. Yeah. I did not feel pursued by you at all until at all. I just felt like we were just really good buddies. I didn't feel pursued by you at all until well after you. Not well after. Shortly after you were separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we were such good friends, and I remember at the point that you were like, should we go on a date? Should we do this?
I think I verbalized that though after we'd already kind of been on it wasn't a date, but in my head I had felt like it was. So I had already kind of been on our first date in my head at that point.
You already got the yes.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't have been asking.
Yeah, but I didn't. We talked about dating. I think that was after the fact. When it kind of became just kind of obvious. This was gonna.
19 years ago.
This is where it was going.
Actually, probably like 20 years ago.
Oh, over 20 years ago now from that. But
we've been married for 19 years. I think it was only a year.
I am so goddamn happy and lucky that it worked out, that we'd be together. Because, I just can't imagine, honey, not having it.
Me neither.
Not being together.
Thank God. And can you believe that we're in the lifestyle?
No.
Literally, if you think back to the beginning of our relationship, would you have ever thought?
I never thought in my life, not from even the beginning of a relationship, just even the first, more than 10 years of our, until it got brought up, really, I never imagined it. I never imagined it, period. I was one of those people that had negative connotations, negative associations, even with just the idea of the lifestyle, swingers, the whole thing.
We'll have to do another little video about the first time that someone talked to us about being in the lifestyle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because we had a friend that got into the lifestyle long before
dipping their toe in, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they actually made their way into it, but they wanted to.
Well, they made jokes. They made jokes about it because they're like, we're probably the only people. Do you remember this? They said, we're probably the only people that have ever gone to a sex club.
Didn't get laid.
and couldn't even make out with anyone.
Yeah. No, well, I know. And it's funny because we talked about it and they
gave us all the deeds.
Literally, I was so curious. I kept asking questions. And then I was super clueless. I was as clueless during that conversation as I've been all my life as to whether or not somebody wanted me to ask them out. You know what I mean? Like, someone's like, why didn't you ever ask me out back then? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I give you a million signals to ask me out, and you never did. What? Like that, that's my vibe. So after we had that conversation with them, because I was like just super curious. I'm like, what? And what about this? What about that? And we were talking that.
Well,
you at the end was like, you're like, honey, why did you keep asking him? Because I was curious. You're like, oh my gosh, they were totally trying to get with us. I'm like, no, they weren't. And then I had to think.
But they were.
I had to think about it a while, and I'm like, oh my God, I think they were. I'm such an idiot.
We love them. We love them. They're friends of Prescott's, but we love them. But I don't want to fuck them.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to own him too long. But I was clueless about it. But you were like, oh my gosh, why don't you keep asking
Slow
questions?
your roll.
So, which is hilarious because now I'm that way with you all the time. Honey, what are you doing?
I don't even remember. Honestly, I don't.
This isn't going to work out.
But that's funny.
So, anyways. So I guess going back to your original question, I think one of the things I'm going to say it in a super cheesy way. But really, when we first met and I first started getting to know you, I had a hard time believing that you were like real. Like, oh my gosh, she's like kind of too good to be true. And that's my first real impression, I think, about you, about your personality, and I got to know you better and all that.
It's true. I am too good to be true.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. You're just too good to be true.
Well, I felt the same way about you, honey, and I feel that way every day. I'm still waiting for you to wake up every morning and be like, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. That's crazy talk. And everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it.
But I appreciate it that for some reason you've got some. What? You've got some, the fact that somebody hurt you and you've got some deep-seated insecurities that keep you with me. that you don't figure out that, what the hell am I doing with this loser dude?
We've been together for way too long for you to blame that.
But, yeah, I just feel lucky we're together.
I do too. I really do.
So
I'm really thankful, and I feel like that's a lesson to everyone. Like you can have relationships that don't go as well as you hoped, and that doesn't mean that you suck at relationships. It just means that that relationship wasn't right for
you
you.
need to do over. I had a friend whose parents were remarried, and I remember they had a pillow like someone had stitched for them, and it said "Eat, drink, and remarry." And I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, what the hell?" When I was a kid, and you know, I gotta say, one of the things about talking about the band and just friends and everything, how we all like a whole group of us basically all got divorced. We are all
You're
so
literally
much better off.
all of you. Let me think. Well, I don't know for sure about one of them, but
Yeah,
most of you are definitely so much better
so
off.
much better off. I mean, I
Especially Prescott.
Yeah,
Just
especially.
kidding.
Well, no, I would agree with that. But yeah, it took a wrong relationship, and I would do it again if I ended up with you. I'd go through all that shit.
I would too. I don't even mind our timeline. Like, there's a part of me that wishes that we could go back and start sooner because we're just such a good match. Like,
That
like,
is the only thing I would do different.
I said when after I got divorced, I said that I'm not dating unless I see fireworks. Like, it's not happening. I'm not dealing with any of this stuff. I don't need it. I don't want it. And when this whole thing came together with Prescott many years after meeting him, I didn't feel like worried about it at all. I just felt like lucky. I just felt really, really lucky that this guy who was attractive and talented and passionate, like, wanted me. Like, I felt like you really wanted me. I didn't feel like it was just my body you wanted or anything like that. I felt like you, like, appreciated me for everything, all of it, like, even the bad stuff. You have more compassion for my negative shit than I do. Like, way more compassion for my negative shit than I do. I just felt really lucky about it and scared about losing it. And now it's been 19 years.
I know.
And he's not getting away. Go ahead and try. Nope. I've never met anyone in my life. I've never come close to meeting anyone in my life that I feel this way about. And I love people easily. I appreciate people and I recognize passions and I celebrate people really easily, but like the feeling that I have for you, I've never experienced it before. And I'm not a person who believes that there's only one person on this planet for each person. I am not at all that person. I think you could fall in love with tons of people, but I just cannot imagine. I cannot imagine a connection with anyone else that is as strong as the connection I have with you.
I agree. That's why I agree with everything you said, and that's why I feel lucky for the fact that we found each other.
Yeah.
And we ended up together, even though it really wasn't in the cards at first.
No, and I never even thought about it at first. I literally just was so appreciative I didn't even want it at first. I was so appreciative for the no pressure friendship, to have like guys around that weren't going to be trying to get in my pants, that just wanted to flirt and have fun and be playful. I loved that so much. And I swear, I do feel like even if we had met under different circumstances, like we've joked around about what would have happened if we'd met in college and all this other stuff. And I do think actually we would have been magnificent no matter when we met. But for me, it really worked the way we met, that there were so many limitations and that it couldn't be anything more than friendship.
Yeah, it had to be
and
slow
I'm not, I'm not going for a relationship that's going to involve like dishonesty or anything. So
I gotta say though, if we were in college, I've dreamt about this. If I can go back in time, find you.
It would have been fun.
We would have immediately,
like pre-kids if we had met.
we would immediately.
I feel like we
It wouldn't have been
to
a
LA.
slow. It wouldn't have been a slow roll. It would have been like I would have been all over you.
Yeah. You can't decide though. Maybe I would have been a slow roll. Maybe you would have just come on too strong, and I would have been like, "Nope, get away."
No, I'm pretty sure you would have been all over me.
Seriously,
Oh my gosh, did you hear that? It sounds like a smoker.
But you're never pushy, so I think you're probably right.
No, I think we would have ended up. I could see it where we would have moved pretty damn quick at the beginning, because we would have.
We were pretty quick.
We would have thrown
anyway,
caution
though.
to the wind, because we also hadn't been in bad relationships. We hadn't been hurt like that before and gone through all that shit that put our guard up. I think we would have been young with our eyes wide open and be like, yes.
Yeah.
And that would have been the end of it. And I would have been with you the whole time. And probably figured out that you were bisexual earlier instead of being such an idiot. And who knows what would have happened if we would have even started early in the lifestyle, or I don't know. You never know.
No, I like the way things turned out. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I still want to go back and find you.
It's a fun
when you were
fantasy.
19.
Yeah.
Instead of 29. I want another decade.
I would have been in college. I would have been a sophomore in college.
And I'm younger.
Or a junior.
Younger than you, so I would have been like 15.
Junior? Yeah.
Okay, no. I would have been, what would I have been? 23? 22. I've been 22 years old.
And we would have gone to LA.
And I was still 22 years old. Yeah, I was long-haired hippie freak. Yeah.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun.
I
was going from college, going to Chicago every weekend, recording and playing, and I would have dragged your sexy ass with me.
Do you really think you would have had to drag me? I would have been so there. I would have beat you there. I'd have been like out front with the car parked, ready to pick you up.
I had a car. I would have come pick you up.
There you go.
I had a fancy pants, really nice car. Just kidding.
Subaru?
I did it. Yep, that was my Subaru. I would have come pick you up in my Subaru. My beater.
With your guitars in the back.
Yep. That would have been fun. All right. Well,
speaking of sexy ass. We are about to go out to eat for our anniversary.
So I was going to say, I need to go take a quick shower so I can take your sexy ass.
Okay. Prescott's about to go take a quick shower so he can take my sexy ass.
That's right.
Out for our anniversary.
It's not all that sexy.
Because we've been married for 19 years.
Crazy.
19 years. Like a whole person's life. That's how long we've been married.
Yeah.
Like a whole big person. A whole adult.
Yep. And we got him to prove it.
All right, guys. Love you.